Hey guys, welcome to Bethel Kids Wrap Up number 2. I hope you enjoyed the drive-in service or watching it on live stream. I personally loved going to the drive-in service. I know this is only the second one, but thank God we've had nice weather and it's just been so much fun to be able to see people in person. It may not be right next to me, but it's fun. But if you're watching on live stream, at least you get to watch the outside too. You get to see the outside. So hopefully we'll be able to see you guys soon because I really do miss you guys. But let's get right into today's wrap up. So in the movie Toy Story, friendship is a very important thing. It's kind of what the whole movie is centered around. So there's a new toy in town. His name is Buzz Lightyear, and Woody is the favorite toy in the house, and Andy is his owner. Andy brings home a new toy named Buzz Lightyear. Now Buzz is innocent in all of this. He's just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. And then Woody is kind of getting a little bit jealous that Andy has a new toy. And so he kind of just becomes a bad friend to Buzz. He's not very honest with him. He's not very nice to him. And so all of the other toys begin noticing and seeing Slinky and Little Bo Peep. They start noticing that something's up. Buzz isn't being so nice. So they begin, Buzz actually does something that gets Woody actually does something that gets Buzz out of the house and almost lost per se. And so all the other toys notice what Woody did and they begin distancing themselves from him. Now I know that the last few weeks we have been hearing the phrase social distancing so much. And I'm sure we're sick of it. But you know what? Actually, social distancing is really good for us sometimes. And even in the case of our friends, sometimes when we start noticing that our friends are doing stuff that's really not so nice or so good anymore, and when they're kind of changing, sometimes it's good to just take a step back, socially distance yourself from them for a little bit, and really start reflecting on, are they a good friend? Are they a good friend to me? Are they a good friend for me to be around? Is it healthy for me to be around? Are they kind or are they mean? Are they honest? Do they lie? And so it's really important to reflect on that. So that's what I want you to do right now. I want you to take this time with your family. It could be a sibling, it can be a friend, it could be an adult, it could be mom, dad, grandma, aunt, uncle, it doesn't matter. But take this time with whoever you're watching this with. And I want you guys to reflect together about how this time of actual social distancing for the last few months may have actually helped your friendships. And can you actually look back and say, okay, this person is a really good friend to me. And this person's maybe not so much of a good friend to me. And maybe we need to keep this distance thing up when things kind of even go back to normal. And maybe it's a time for you to even reflect, have I been a good friend to my friends too? So take that time and maybe ask your parents, have they ever had to socially distance themselves from a good friend before? Okay, so now our second point that Pastor Eric made was called about social networking. Now, if you don't know what a social network is, it's basically your group of friends. And Proverbs 12:26 says, "The righteous choose their friends carefully, but the way of the wicked leads them astray." What does it mean to be led astray? It basically means to go away from where you're supposed to be, go the opposite direction. And so for us as Christians and as children, it is important for us to be good, right? A good friend. And that's what we're talking about today, is a good friend. So if they're leading you astray, they're leading you away from doing good. They're leading you away from being a good friend. So it's important to choose your friends wisely, right? I mean, if you look at Woody's friends, when they started realizing how Woody was acting, they had to step back and socially distance for a bit, but not just socially distance. They actually had to make a decision. Is this a good friend for us? Is he leading us down a bad path? Is he leading us astray from the people that we want to be, which is just good people and good friends and good toys? in their case. Now I want you to take this time and reflect with your family about your social network. Think about your group of friends, and even maybe somebody who knows your group of friends who's with you today. Ask them what they think. Is there anybody in my group of friends, in my social network, that you see is maybe not so healthy for me to be around? Or maybe that I should socially distance from a little bit today? And then also ask and really reflect about yourself of, have I been a good friend? Have I actually taken the time to choose these friends, and have they chosen me too? And if they did, why did they choose you? What's good? Are you a kind person? Are you a helpful person? Are you a loyal friend? Do you make them laugh? Think about those things and maybe what you can improve on, but also think about what you do so well. Do you know that Jesus is the perfect example in the Bible of how to be a great friend? He had friends. His friends loved him. And he also had people who didn't like him so much, but he actually had to look out and say, is this person a good friend to me? If you don't know the story of Judas Iscariot, think about that. Not such a good friend to Jesus. And we may have friends like that, but let's not be that friend. It's in Proverbs 18:24 that Pastor Eric talked about today. He said, there are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. So really, we have two options when it comes to being a friend. Do you want to be a friend who destroys someone else or one another, an unhealthy friendship? Or can you be a friend that sticks together like a brother or a sister? Think about, in the end, you have that reward of meeting the best friend that you could ever have, and that's Jesus. He laid it down his entire life for somebody that he physically didn't meet. I mean, we haven't met Jesus, right? So when he was on that cross and he died for our sins, he was such a good friend to say, you know what? I know they don't know me, but I know them and I love them, and I'm gonna make the sacrifice for them. And he did. That's an amazing friend. And I hope that we can all strive to be as good of a friend as Jesus was. But it takes time and it takes effort. So remember, socially distance yourself from people who may not be so good in your life. And think about who your social network is, who your group of friends are. Choose wisely who those friends are. The Bible tells you to do so. So I will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining me in Wrap Up again. And if you haven't seen Toy Story, the original, go see it. Bye guys.